Right, let's have a good shuffle. Spirit guides, universe, and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Virgo's highest good. How is Virgo feeling in this final week of June 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about or dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Virgo's feeling, please. The 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so this is the Miser card. This is someone who's very much conserving wealth. Okay, so she's sitting herself down on the steps of the city and she's like, I'm keeping a pentacle here, I'm keeping one here. She's putting them in the bank, right? They're savings, they're not spendings. It doesn't have to be money. It could be I'm conserving time, I'm conserving my energy. Because pentacles represent investment in general. So it could be like, do you know what? I'm going to just focus on myself. I've got a goal. I'm going to put money away for a house. I'm going to put money away for, I don't know, a relocation, or I'm going to keep time for myself. I'm not going to spend it dating. I'm not going to spend it, I don't know, out with friends. It's like I need to conserve. I am in a conserving, miserly energy, okay? Maybe can't be asked with idiots for a while. Do you know what? The Temperance is coming out like no one's business this week. We've got the Temperance upright with the 5 of Pentacles reversed. Now this is positive, okay? If the 5 of Pentacles was upright, it would be, I feel left out in the cold emotionally. I feel like I'm lacking good finances, or someone isn't giving me their time or their energy. It's nothing to do with that, okay? Because that's reversed. Maybe that's how you used to feel. You're balancing your emotions, okay? This is the major arcana for Sagittarius. She's pouring one cup into the other to get just the right amount. So we're not losing it and we're not having mood swings, okay? We are managing our emotions better now. And that's after conserving our time, money, and energy. So you could have had too many projects. You could have had too many different responsibilities, not enough boundaries before. You could have had someone that just doesn't appreciate how busy you are, you know, taking that for granted, something like that. Now you're putting yourself first. You're saying no to some social things, or you're saying no, I can't do that on that date and work. You're creating boundaries and you're managing your emotions better. Maybe just not spend as much time, you know, like socializing or something. You know, you've decided your kids need to do more chores now that they're old or something like that. Okay, the Ace of Swords. So this is major clarity, major revelation, the truth, a confession. Okay, it could be any of those things. I think it's major revelation, major clarity. Because it just kind of looks like it's all about you at the moment. You know, I'm not getting like Three of Swords with heartache or obsession with the devil or like someone being, you know, lusty or anything. I just see you like keeping to yourself and conserving that energy, no drama. So the one that's coming up in your reading, okay, your person, the one you're thinking about or currently dealing with or manifesting in the future, they've got the Nine of Pentacles reversed. When that's upright, that's like I'm single and I'm abundant. I've got enough money, time, and energy for myself. You know, I'm having a great time just being me. The Ten of Pentacles is when you have lasting generational wealth because you're married and you're together with someone, you're living together and you have two salaries, two incomes, and you have enough money, you know, for yourselves, but for your children and your children's children. See, this isn't like I want to be 10. This is like I'm happy being 9. Hi, welcome into the chat. That's up. Oh no, it was reversed, wasn't it? When it's reversed, it's like I don't want to be single anymore. You know, I want to be 10 of Pentacles. I want to join forces. So this could be someone that's coming in the future. The moon, okay, so that's the major arcana for Pisces. They could be a little bit afraid, a little bit nervous, a little bit apprehensive. This is water energy, okay, so this is emotions. In the story of the major arcana, the fool realizes that he must walk forwards anyway, even when lots of things are unknown, okay? In the dark, we can't see everything. It's not illuminated. Lots of things are hidden. So we can get really fearful about that, like the first day in a new job. You get really nervous the day before, don't you? And you fight the feeling and you bite the bullet and you go in anyway. You get through it and you think, God, why did I put myself through all that? What was all that for? So just because it's dark doesn't mean there's someone out there trying to get you. It doesn't mean, you know, that something terrible is going to happen. It could do. But what if it doesn't? You know, so you have to just get on with it and walk forward anyway. That's what the moon card is all about. Let's get one more for them. Yeah, I think this is someone who's single, but they actually would like to be in love. They'd like to be in a relationship. They're a little bit scared, but they're prepared to walk forwards anyway. The Three of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. So the Seven of Pentacles is, what have I cultivated so far? What have I achieved? It's 7 is a number of reflection. It's looking back at the past. Investments of time, money, and energy into something in the past. The Three of Cups, okay, it's a number of community, 3. It's coming together, it's celebrating. It could be wider groups like friends, family. It could also be in a love reading, a third party situation, because the Two of Cups is when two people are in love. The Three of Cups is one too many, okay? So in the past, someone could have been involved in a third party dynamic and, you know, they could have been the other man, the other woman. And they're a bit reflective about that, okay? Or they're reflective about the good times that they used to have when they were with a boyfriend or girlfriend and all their family. And, you know, you build up your network, don't you? Your network's twice as big Sometimes that's good and sometimes it's not. But if you get on with everyone, it can be lovely. It can be a big loss when you lose that. They could be reflecting on, just happy times with people generally from the past. I'm going to get a timing to see when this is coming in. Let's get 3 for the outcome first. Right, we've got the Lovers card, but it's reversed. So this is the major arcana for Gemini. Okay, it's the Lovers. So the Lovers are different to the Two of Cups because the Two of Cups is when you meet someone and you are dating and you start to get feelings and you fall in love and they're in love as well. The Lovers card is more powerful than that because this is two people who, when they were in the 5D, decided that they would agree to a soul contract and say they're divinely guided towards each other. When it's upright, there's really, really strong love, like a really intense loving union because you've known each other in other lives and you were supposed to fulfill the soul contract. It's a beautiful card. Okay, it's really powerful. It's a major arcana. But when that's reversed, one person is in love and the other one isn't. So it's like we thought that we had divine union, but it's not the case. That's in the outcome. So maybe that was the third party situation. Maybe in the past someone thought they had a divine, soulmate, and it turned out not to be that. They had someone else as well. We've got the Chariot, a major arcana. So this is a vehicle. It represents movement towards success, movement towards, getting something we're very determined to have. And it's upright. It's water energy. So, the Emperor jumps into the Chariot because he must defend his kingdom or he must battle to acquire more territory. There's something that we really, really want with the Chariot energy, and we are moving, we're on the move to get it and make sure that it becomes ours. If the Chariot was turned over, I'd say it's failure or loss or defeat at the last minute, but it's upright. Okay, so we're headed towards a win of some sort with a lot of grim determination. Okay. Right, we've got a King of Pentacles and a Six of Cups reversed. So you could have been dealing with an earth sign, or this could be you. You could be the King of Pentacles because you are Virgo, you are earth. And look, there was something where we thought we had a soulmate with the Six of Cups. This is a very nostalgic energy. It's very sweet. It can be a brother and sister on the illustration because over many years, and this is what the cups represent, we build such intense feelings, strong feelings, we care for each other, we're loyal. This is, soulmates. 6 is a very nice balanced number. Cups are feelings and emotions. The 6 of Cups is, I have many memories with you. We have built up a lot of trust, a lot of love. I'd do anything for you. I hold you in the same regard as a family member. You're very special to me. Okay, so I'd expect this from people who are married or who have been together for years. That's reversed. So I think somebody thought that they had a soul tie, a soul bond, and it wasn't the case. Because that Lovers is reversed, isn't it, as well? And this Six of Cups is reversed. Let's see what was going on with What was going on with them? Why have they got the Nine of Pentacles reversed and the Three of Cups upright? I mean, you look very, very single. I think it's them that thought they were in love with someone and thought they had loyalty from someone. They thought it was going to be forever, you know? Oh my goodness me. I've just said that and then it says mirror. Reflects your own issues, like attracts like. Now, that doesn't have to be about you. It could be that they have attracted a person who's disloyal to them and it's to do with their own issues. Maybe they've been disloyal to people in the past. Maybe they just didn't have enough boundaries and so they attracted someone in, you know, or they've avoided commitment, or they're too... When I say don't have boundaries, when you're a bit desperate because you're sad to have like come out of a relationship that was really special, you get a bit depressed and then you kind of want a knight in shining armor or someone who's just going to be perfect, a little Miss Perfect, you know? And we kind of have rose tinted glasses on because we're just happy to be crushing again, we're happy to be in love again, and then they've turned out to be a nightmare. um, they could have dropped a lot of boundaries and then got tricked by someone or something like that. Delicate balance. Strike a balance between freedom and commitment. Oh my gosh, how well does that go? If you can hear that laughter, that's my mum laughing at the telly in the background. Oh my goodness, keeping a secret. Oof, getting played. Manipulation, lies, control. I think, and I've done it myself, so it's no judgment, I think this person was really desperate to be in a union and they've ended up with, like, you know, someone that's not a proper soulmate, like someone that's really low energy, like a cheater, a liar, a thief. They've attracted someone in because they were just way too like eager, and someone's gone, right, you're perfect for the taking, and I think they've had a bad situation there. You can get love bombed, can't you, and all sorts. So you don't really know that the person's a jerk until a few months in, and then starts just being drama left, right, and centre, or stuff just doesn't add up. We're both waiting for the other to make the first move. So that's there could have been problems with communication, and this can happen when you have low boundaries and you're very vulnerable after your last relationship. It kind of gets used against you, or the other person wants you to just be happy all the time. They don't have to take care of your emotions. And so they explode because they're just kind of thinking about how they feel, especially if you're like dealing with someone who's a narcissist or a sociopath. They're just kind of pissed off that they're not getting what they want, you know, and it's all about control. And so they'll probably emulate your emotions rather than respond to them in a healthy way. They'll mirror them back to you. And so arguments don't get sorted out, you know, or fuel gets poured onto the fire. Hi, welcome in. I'm not doing individual questions just before anyone asks. I'm reading the signs, so you need to watch your sign or watch the sign of your person. Right, I said I was going to get a timing because I think that's all the mess that they had with the other person. and they've realised that it was false. Okay, it was a false flame. So let's... When is the person coming in, the one that's showing up in Virgo's reading, after they get rid of the nut job? September, around your birthday, Virgo. Little birthday romance. Autumn time is a really nice time of year, I think. I know it can be a bit hectic with like schools going back and stuff, but it's still warm, isn't it? You've had the summer and like everything's in full bloom. You get to like harvest time, you know that like you can start thinking towards autumn and conkers falling off the trees, autumn leaves being beautiful. I don't know, it's like that, like in the UK anyway, or Scandinavia, it starts to go a little bit cooler, you start to want to be a little bit cozier. It's a nice time of year, it's nice. I love, like going to a maze and like having pumpkins and, oh, treacle tart. Hot chocolate. Oh, I love autumn. It's really beautiful, actually, isn't it? Autumn, like fall. It's really, really nice. Um, let's get you some advice then, Virgo, because you're all kind of like keeping to yourself at the moment, and you're very controlled in your like how you spend your time, money, and energy. Wondrous universe, walking beauty. So there's lots of magic in this life, and tomorrow something could happen that just completely changes your course. Things happen that are really unexpected. You have lovely lucky things happen, things that you weren't looking for, that you never knew you wanted, and now you're obsessed with it. Like, there is miraculous stuff that happens in life, so allow it and take comfort in the fact that we don't need to know everything. We don't need to know everything. We just need to trust that there's lots of good stuff coming up ahead. That's nice, that. I like that. I did well with that one, didn't I? Let's get you some sacred geometry. I like watching Empress of Energy because I like her sass. I like watching Edgar Mendes. She recommended him, and he was the one that spoke to me, not me personally, but in a reading about sacred geometry. So he's like a really good reader as well. He's very different because he's clairvoyant as well as being claircognizant. He's clairvoyant, which is quite unusual. He sees entities around him. Okay. He gives a different kind of reading to anyone that I know. Like, it's really cool. The frequency of divine feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation. Wow. Divine feminine. I mean, look, don't you look so wholesome and so like Mother Earth? Okay, abundant, creative, productive. You are the divine feminine, okay? You are in your power. And you're about to meet a divine masculine, I believe, okay? On your birthday, around your birthday. Receptive, nurturing, and soft side. Allowing it to express itself openly, helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation. I think you're You've been very well at preserving and conserving your energy, your time, your money. But I think while you're kind of not focused on love, you're gonna like look really, really good doing that. And you don't have to consciously like do anything. This is like yours. It's like a ball that spirit's throwing to you, and you're the only one that's like gonna catch it. Okay, like you can't miss. You're coming into your power, Virgo. You're going through an ascension, and you would benefit really, really well to read about the chakras, to read about your earth angels, your spirit guides. This is like such a nice book to go on about it, but it's Kevin Hunter. It's really cheap. It's probably like, I'm sure it was like $7.99 or less. Nice big text. Okay, it just explains stuff. I literally like had the most crazy experience on holiday after reading that. Go figure. Okay, so the more that you like explore your hobbies, your spirituality, the more that you relax, you start to soften up. You know, you are hermit energy. Your major arcana is the hermit. I think you've been hermiting very well, and I think you're being gently encouraged to open up like a beautiful flower. You know, this is something really, really good coming. But you can't do anything to kind of derail this or ruin it. So don't think that. Just enjoy the fact that it's going to happen. Okay, around September. I forgot to do one of these for their side. Sexuality. Someone is still figuring themselves out. They could have been with someone who's like, you know, bisexual, or they're into something like eccentric or esoteric or a bit out there, or they're pansexual, so there's like less boundaries, there's less rules. Like, you know, some people just see themselves as a sexual being drawn to other beings. Like, unfortunately, that I think that would make me quite paranoid, because not only are you then worrying about other people of the opposite sex, you're worried about people of the same sex, you're worried that, you know, they're just too much of a fickle person, too much of a free spirit. They're non-traditional. I find it quite difficult, I think, to trust. Not necessarily that they were going to be loyal, like in terms of that they were going to cheat, but are they going to stay interested in me, or am I going to become boring? You know. Maybe that's my own insecurities. I don't know. I've forgotten something, haven't I? Oh yeah, spirit animal. What spirit animal are you showing up as at the moment? And then I'll let you go. Or you can stay around and watch the sign that you cusp with, or their sign. Oops, I've just squashed one of my cards. That's not good. How weird was that, the way they came out? Crocodile. Crocodiles lurk beneath the surface of the water, don't they? You've been in hiding. So that's water energy. Crocodiles are so controlled. Like, they can literally hold their breath, can't they? Like, underwater for so long, and then this big snap. I think you've been incredibly patient. I think you're so, like, in the zone at the moment. The Panther. Oh my goodness me. I mean, you know, panthers blend into the background incredibly well. They are apex predators. They're so strong, such strong animals. Like, both of these will, like, suffocate to kill, won't they? They'll suffocate like, crocodiles drag people and things under the water. Panthers will, like, go for the windpipe. They're like, what do you call it? Oh my god, I can't think of the word. The jugular. Yeah, they go for the jugular. So I don't think you're like, I don't think you're going to waste your time on anyone. You know, like, you're not going to get distracted by anyone who's not worth it. You're going to absolutely wait this out. And I think good luck to anyone who tries to mess with you. To be honest, I think you will. You know, that is like, get away from me, isn't it? It's like, F off, you know, to any jerks. I think you've got your boundaries well high, and I think you're waiting for your moment. You're an opportunist. And I think you're quite happy to be invisible until you think someone's come along that's actually worth, you know, coming out of your shell for, coming out of hermit energy for. You've got water energy and fire energy there. Very, very self-controlled, self-contained, capable. Really nice. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Take care, Virgo. If you liked the reading, please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel. Whoops, I've just knocked the tripod. I'm going to move on to Libra. I'm going to take my hair out now. Do you ever get like a bit of a headache when you've got a ponytail? Oh, 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 oh. Oh. Nearly forgot to change the card.